everyone, this is Igor from BayQA Training, and today I'm going to show you how to take screenshot upon success of the failure of Appium test. It's not a very hard solution if you know what you're doing, so for that reason I have created a separate class which is called screenshot utility. So if you look at this just simple Java class, but it implements iTest listener, which is part of testng package, as you can see in my import on line number 9. So very important thing about this is once you implement iTest listener, there are a bunch of methods that you have to actually listed here in order this solution to work. And I've created a capture screenshot method which is actually gonna listen to either success or the pass of each test method that has a testng test annotation and gonna perform a screenshot to the folder called screenshots, which will create on the fly. So line 70 of my test method is basically defining a variable which is going to be the destination directory, which is right now empty. And here I'm also defining the name of my pass fail method, which is actually going to consist of the method name from the class, obviously, which it belongs to, so it becomes very readable. And we're also going to attach a timestamp to the name which I define line 74. And if the test case actually, in our case, going to be pass, which I'm going to demonstrate in a minute during execution, it will save to the screenshot success subfolder. In case of the failure, it will be saved on the screenshot failures folder. And obviously here we're going to use a file utility to perform a certain task of making directories and saving the files in certain directories. And here is on line 89 to line 94, we do some exception handling for basic file I/O performance. One more thing I would like to note you in this particular class for screenshot utility, that I would like to clean up my folder before each run. So for that reason, I created a method called delete dir, which is going to delete directory each on start method call, which I define in line 37. So now, having all housekeeping in place, I would like to do following things in order for all this to work. First, inside base test, I have to identify line 27 that I'm going to use listeners by supply listeners annotation. And here I must specify my screenshot utility class, otherwise nothing gonna work. Base test for me is just my boilerplate code where I'm creating driver. This is the base test that all other screen object, or we call screen classes, are going to inherit. Okay, so at least you know where the things come from. Again, base test is where everything starts. That's why I create my Appium driver, and screenshot utility is going to be a separate entity, like utility class for taking my screenshots. Okay, now let's run our test, and it's going to be acceptance test with two tests, and see how the screenshots is going to be taken. So right now you can see I already have screenshots taken from previous run, so my script have to actually delete this folder, including the success subfolder, before next run. So let me press on the play button to run the test. So as you can see right now, what happens, my test starting the Appium driver and starting Appium server as well on the background. And now it's going to redeploy the application and execute two tests. So once I'm gonna click on the folder and actually it's gonna recollapse it again, you'll notice the screenshot directory actually disappeared. And that's exactly as it was intended by me by clean up the stale screenshots from previous run. Now, upon successful execution of both tests, we will see a new creation of the screenshots folder, which will consist new set of the screenshots. And now, if I'm going to refresh and actually collapse the root folder for my project, you'll see a new instance of screenshots folder, which will have success subfolder and 2 corresponding screenshots. So let me zoom in a little bit. Zoom out. So you can see one screenshot and also another one. Screenshots are usually taken upon assertion using test-ng assertion, so during the process of validation. So what that screenshots actually give us a proof the test actually was successful. In case of my failure at any point of the test case, I would get the screenshot for the failure. This way you can keep record of both success and failures, and this is going to be your tool that you can use for various projects during Appium test execution for both iOS and Android devices, although this example was provided on Android phone for Android application Movie Mates. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions, you can always post your questions on the forum on bakerytraining.com. We have a nice blog, and also there is live chat on bakerytraining.com where you can also post your questions, or if you have any questions about the courses we teach. Other than this, have a great day. So long.